Hey guys, this is Debbie with I'd Rather Be Camping. I'm just going to get right into it. We're getting ready to start on my kitchen. I want to show you the before. Ed is gone to get a few things we're going to need. It's going to be kind of a little big one, maybe. What would you call it? A medium. We're going to be repainting our cabinets, but we're also going to be replacing cabinet doors with drawers and putting some slides in behind the cabinet doors. We're going to be taking this drop cabinet down and a few other things. Here, let me turn you around so you can see what I'm talking about. Okay, here we are in the kitchen. Yes, dirty dishes in the sink. But right here, to begin with, we're going to be taking these down. Hopefully, there is a suffix up there. We'll be leaving that. You know, it's the 80s. This house was built in the 80s. Right here, we're going to make drawers to replace these because it is so difficult to try to get way back in there. You have to crawl on the floor. And over there, we'll leave that cabinet door, but we're going to put in a couple slides. Probably won't do anything right there. And over here, next to the stove, we're going to make one large drawer, a little deeper, and I think just do one large. We will be putting slides in, slide outs behind these cabinet doors. This right here, we will be putting cabinet doors on, and over here, we'll be taking that cabinet out and we'll be putting shelves up there. Yeah, so as you can see, a lot going on, plus the whole repainting of the cabinets. It ought to be adventure, which when we take those out, I have white subway tile. We'll go ahead and go all the way up and with the tile. Same over here. If you can see, there's a little area. We'll be taking the subway tile all the way up right there. You know, as far as we can go when we take this out. Hopefully this goes well.
Okay, my wife has decided she wants to change the kitchen up. Okay, I cut my doors from some 1/2-inch birch plywood, and then I cut my beadboard to match the inside doors that's already in the kitchen. And these will go on like this, and then I'll rip these to 1.25 inches, make my frame, and we'll be finished.
Yay! So you just will glue this on,
Yeah,
I think, and staple.
Glue and pin it with I got some 18 gauge pin nails. I'll put it on there, stack it.
Okay, this cabinet came down fairly easy. Now I'm going to have to cut up this line because this whole front face is one piece
Goes over
to
to
get
there.
this side out.
Ooh. Press board.
Use about a 2-inch screw to screw into your 2x4s and get everything leveled up. You do this one first, or this one, doesn't matter. Then you put your level on there and adjust it. But right here is where my shelf's gonna go, so I did that. And then I put my center line for my center post. And then you'll drill right into the 2x10 and slide it right over, or 2x12, excuse me, and it'll slide right over, and then you'll have a floating shelf.
Why did you cut the squares out?
I wanted to get this against the 2x4, so if you put it out here, it might crush into the drywall. It's not solid over time
because of the weight.
So I'm on a 2x4 all the way against it, So I'm good. What you do here is you set your shelf up. And see, you have your, you don't want to mark out here because those move. You want to mark back closest to the wall. So you lift this up
Uh-oh, it's hard to get you.
like this.
Let me move over here. Okay.
And then you mark your right on your 1/2 inch dowel there. Just like
What I
that.
did here to get the center of my board is I made me a little Ed's little jig. This is a 3/8 inside pipe, and then this is 1.5 inches. So I slide it over my board, get my little flashlight out, and knock it right over to my X. And then we get our 3/8 drill that fits in this pipe. This is a 1/2 inch pipe outside diameter, and we drill it. And that gives us the center of my board. This down here so I can use my foot clamp, and it's too high to put up on my workbench. So real slow and easy. This wood is so wet, it's hard to drill. Remember to mark your depth.
Yeah.
Okay.
We have decided to have all of these drawers, where these were cabinet doors. We're going to put drawers in there, but we don't want this size here. So he's going to take these two boards out, and we're going to change the size of the drawers. These were existing. We'll keep those, and these right here so far.
Move one of these to the middle,
Yeah, and then we'll have, I think we're going to do 4 drawers.
or 4 drawers.
Yeah, just we wanted them bigger. We'll probably remove this shelf in here because it's going to cause me to lose some height on the drawers.
So what I'm doing here is putting the door face on.
On the box.
So you make sure that your box is as even as possible, and put something up here for a reference for your line.
Space.
So
Oh.
what I do, I mark this half, split this in half, mark this, because there's going to be another drawer right here. And we will put this up here, lined up here. Right to the bottom of this opening.
Check to see if it's level.
Make sure we're level. slipped a little bit, but that's okay.
You need me to hold that?
No. We're level right there. So I take my nail gun and shoot it right into the drawer.
To the box, yeah.
Okay, this is the drawer front that I made for the box.
To try to match.
To try to match these.
Which,
of course, this isn't painted and this isn't painted. This is the old,
We gotta
still have to
sand.
sand and do that. But once I shoot my nails in, then I put a clamp on, just to be sure that nothing moves. And make sure you have a rubber on here so you don't mark your, or put a block of wood. And then I sketch this with a pencil because I'll be taking these off to paint them. I sketch these with a pencil. And I have my drill marked 1/2 inch deep because these are 1/2 inch and you don't want to drill into this. This is where you want your screw to go.
mm-hmm. You don't want it to go all the way through, that'd be awful.
No. So then I screw a screw in here. Stop when you hit your tape. And I have a 1 inch screw. This is 1/2, 1/2, and 1/4. So my 1 inch screw will not go through into my drawer. There we go.
And he'll put
I'll put 4.
a total,
And then
yeah.
right here where the handle goes, that'll help hold it also.
Yeah, these will be, so that's that on that part. Then, so what he'll do is, what he was saying,
Stop right at your tape.
yeah, he'll remove, because he's got them little, I don't know, nails, he shot in there just so we could place it. He'll remove the door fronts, we'll spackle that up, because we're
spackle all the holes.
those door fronts made, and I just went around while they were in. He has them in there and puttied up the little tiny nail holes, and I did go all the way around so that way, you know, crumbs won't get down. And if there's just a little teeny tiny gap, it just makes it hard to clean. But what paint we're using to paint our cabinets, and it's a we're using semi-gloss urethane alkyd enamel, Behr brand, and it's, you know, at the Home Depot. We used this on our bedroom set. It came out really nice, and it levels really nice, and it dries really hard. But what I really wanted to show you is this tip. An older gentleman that talked to Ed when Ed went in and was asking the worker there which brush was the best to get, would leave the less brush strokes, because I was having a problem. I was using this here. I'm sure you've seen them. They're $5 or $6 over there. This one's soaking because I just used it to put the primer on. But what I wanted to show you is he said to use, this is called a China White brush. It's made by Worcester too, and I'm sure there's other brands that make them, but he said to use these China White bristle brushes because I guess the bristles are made of ox hair, and so they're real fine bristles. He said is the best one. He said to make sure you only put, you know, the bottom part in the paint. When you're painting, you don't want paint to go up behind this metal or up in the middle, which I am famous for. Right, Ed? Usually, you know, it's all over my hands and everywhere, but I wanted to show you how he also gave a tip on how to clean your brushes and make them last for years. he said. So he said he doesn't buy, what is it called? The acetone cleaners. He said they're too harsh, but he said he just buys this whatever's cheap in there, and he said you let your, now I'm going to go ahead, this isn't a china brush, but he said you let your brush soak after you rinse some of the paint out, and you come in, there's some missing, with this flea comb, and he said, and you just start combing the brush, and he said it will get the paint out of there really nice. He said to make sure to get a metal one because I guess the cleaner, you know, messes up the
plastic.
Yeah, messes up the plastic little prongs or whatever you want to call these. But that's what he was saying. I thought I'd pass it on because I've been using this a lot and cleaning it a lot, and it does. It works. It cleans up real nice, and it works like new all over again. They are real soft. But I thought I would pass that tip on. So here is Ed's paint booth, all ready to go. He's going to be putting the first coat, which is primer, on them. So these drawers are the old drawers. We sanded those down to the wood, but the insides we'll just put a fresh coat of paint on. We did sand, but we didn't try to take all that off. This is some of the new drawer fronts. We won't be painting the boxes on the to the drawers on the inside because we just sealed those. Ignore all the traffic, or try to. There's some more drawer fronts. So we'll see how this goes. He's bringing them in because it's supposed to maybe rain in the morning, and it's supposed to only be 57 tomorrow, Ed?
Yeah, rain in the morning.
and it's a high of 80 today, but he's got a lot of it done. These are dry. He's just gonna have to bring them in. The drawer fronts and all the drawers are actually, well, I guess because done. It's gonna be cold and possibly rain until the next couple of days. Ed figured he'd start on this and then he could go back to the painting of the rest of the cabinets. We should see how that goes. That's a lot of storage coming down. Right? It's time to declutter. Paint and caulking loose. Yeah, so we're hoping it doesn't damage the drywall up there. But man, see, it just blocks, hangs down, so it's going to be a dramatic change. I'm excited for it. Had quite a bit of storage that we'll be losing, but it's okay. I made it work. Adding these drawers is amazing. It's on there pretty tight, huh?
It's on there real tight.
He's taking a section out at a time because of the weight. It already did, what do you call that? Patchwork, thin coat of plaster. I don't know, but for the paint.
Yeah, because The cabinet was kind of indented into the drywall, so I didn't want to
Yeah, we didn't want
indent
lines.
there. There might be a couple of places I might have to redo.
This is the contact paper, shelving paper I'm going to be using. I think I ordered it all through Walmart. I have it in these drawers and over there where all this stuff is back. But I have to do these drawers. I think it'll just be easier to
Okay,
keep
we put
clean.
A white strip down here. See how it hangs over? It goes under the tile. And it gives us a straight edge right here. We did it around the window. And when you put the grout in, you end up with a nice straight grout line. Because eventually we're going to take this beadboard off and do shiplap. And everything's turning out real good. I got my last few pieces in, which I'm happy about.
Right.
And it's different. You get different colors and metal and whatever else.
Yeah, we got at Home Depot.
Yeah,
It's a finishing edge.
yeah.
I'm not
This one's neoprene plastic. They make it in aluminum and
to,
other colors of plastic. But yeah, it's
coming along.
okay. I just got out of the attic, which I do not like going up in. And I put the lights up yesterday and run all the wires up through. Then it got too hot in the attic, so I went up this morning, hooked everything together. So we're going to turn them on and see how they look. There we go. I'm going to put a dimmer switch in over here so we can, dim the lights.
Yeah, that's
Here's
all.
the end product.
Wow, it really brightened things up, didn't it?
Yes. And it's really dusty up in the attic.
Yeah, that's what you probably with allergies needed. All right, I want to give you a little tour of the kitchen. It's finally done. We probably finished it a couple weeks ago. It turned out, I think, beautiful, and it is way more functional than it was before. So I'm just going to get you turned around here and show you how it turned out. Okay, here is the peninsula and the drop cabinets Ed took down, and he put those pendant lights up. We had to find some short ones, mini ones kind of, so it wouldn't look funny because we do have that drop suffix there. So we wanted to make sure we had enough, from the top of the light to the countertop. And here are the cabinets that were the cabinet doors where he made drawers and put in there. It came out really nice. Let me see if I can show you. They're all soft close. Do this, it's a little hard to do by yourself, but anyway, so yeah, so a lot of the stuff that was in the drop cabinets are now in these drawers, which may seem funny to some, but actually it is a lot quicker to unload the dishwasher. But yeah, so he made all of these drawers. They come, let me show you, they come way out. So when having to get down on my knees, or we had to get down and dig way back in there to get anything out, now we just open the drawer and pull it out, and everything's right here. And they are soft close, so that's nice. These are not. These are the original, just sanded down and repainted. So those are all originals, and the top three, those are the drawers he put in. And then over here, he put in slides, I guess you call it, pull-out slides. That's kind of where all our small appliances, same thing, we don't have to dig in the back. And They are also soft close. This one is even got stuff way back in there. So anyway, loving those. Gotta get them there. This, of course, is pretty much the same. And another thing he did, this is hard to do by myself, showing you. Let me see. This is now, I don't know if I can, you can usually open it by sides, but he put in those little baskets and made this, the hinges right there, so it's a pull down. And it's just a little place for the sponge and straw cleaners and stuff like that. This is the same. He took down this corner cabinet that was up there and put up those shelves. He also put subway tile was up to here, and he went ahead and carried it all the way up. And then he went around, which is behind the curtain, and that little spot coming down right there. Same thing over here. Of course, when he took the drop cabinets down, he went on up, you know, to the ceiling or suffix, whatever, there. And in here, this was open shelving. He had to make the doors. So he made these doors. He did a really good job. So this is now where I keep my spices. They were over there. And I like it much better here. So he did a nice job making these doors. They match the rest of the doors. And then on this little cabinet, it had two little drawers up here. And the fronts of the two little drawers actually hung over further, if that makes sense, than the box of the drawer. So, and he made this deeper. So the drawers were probably only about this wide. They were little. And I have this one nice big drawer. And same thing, he put slides in down here. You can see, pull out for the pots and pans, pull out. I put my casserole dishes in here. They pull out nice. Oh, I'm just loving this. It's so much easier to get into. Whoops. Noise. The shelves. He bought I think it was a 2x12, or was it a 2x10? I'm gonna have to ask him. He's out there working again in the fifth wheel. So the slide's out, so it looks like it's right in my window. Anyway, I think we got it at Home Depot, and I know that we paid like $25, and he said he does not recommend that because they're kind of starting to warp. He says he's going to remake them, but we need a break from the kitchen. They were just real wet. Even after letting them just sit out with a flat out, you know, when he drilled in them, he could hardly drill in them. They were so wet. I think we might have video of that. I'm not sure. But yeah, that was a little disappointment. I do like having the shelves. Let's go here and show you. So you can see how open it made it, because the drop down cabinets came lower than those lights, and it just cut off everything. And we've been wanting to do that for years. So it is a much better, you can see, you know, all the way now. So, yep, you can even see when the kitchen is messy, you see it. But Here's a view this way. So yeah, so having those drop cabinets out, oh, was the best thing. I'm glad we did it. I was nervous because it did hold a lot of storage, and those drop cabinets, they came all the way over. All the way over, you know. So, and all he did is they were actually right up against, I'm thinking, this cabinet. So he just, you know, built a little side with the beadboard and framed it. Same thing he did, you really can't see it, over there where the corner shelf was because it was up against that. So he made a really nice matching side, which looks like this. You just, I told him, we'll never see it. But he wanted it to look nice. So that's how it all turned out. But this, I think we probably, with buying the new slides, metal slides, the soft close, and I think the weight limit on them was 100 pounds. And buying the boards for the making the drawers and the slide out, you know, the slide boxes out, and the shelves and the hardware. I did use the same knobs on the cabinet doors. We did, I did buy, Ed wanted these cup style, so we did buy new cup pulls for all the drawers. And the paint, we used the alkyd, what is it called, urethane alkyd, and we went with just like it was. It was bright white, and we didn't have it mixed or anything. It is real white. I like it. It's bright and clean looking, and we went with that, and it was a much better than the last time I painted. He did use this. I painted with the brush on all of the base cabinets, but all of the drawers and the cabinet doors, he did use a spray gun and sprayed those, which came out really nice. I'm hoping this picks up. And we did go ahead and spray paint all the hinges. We reused the hinges. We just gave them a nice new, he did coat of paint. Those underlights, I don't know what, you know, they come and they stick up there. They have little remote controls, but he wired it up, and here's the on and off button, you can see. But it has all different kinds of functions too. And he put one in here, over here. So he did put an outlet inside the cabinet so they didn't have to be plugged in back here and a cord. You know, I think he said he would have went up through the wall with a cord, but I don't know. I like that it's inside there and out of the way. And all we did is repaint the kitchen window frame. So that's pretty much. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. The lights we ordered off Amazon. I had these other ones picked out through Home Depot, and I waited. They've been out of stock, and I waited like 3 weeks, and I couldn't find them anywhere else. So these were my second choice, but they're cute. They're just kind of simple, and I think they were about $37 each on Amazon, and we did go with 3 of those because our peninsula is pretty long. So I think The overall cost of the doing all of the work and paint and boards and plywood and hardware and the lights, I think came right around $400. I would have to add it all up to be sure. Not too shabby to do a complete makeover on the kitchen. It was a lot of work, And in the midst of it, we got the crud, if you know what I'm talking about. So that was a little bit of a delay. So anyway, so I hope you enjoyed this video.